What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Man Amazing here. So today we're going to talk about component entities. Now, this is a component based system that Amazon is pushing for modern use when it comes to Lumberyard. It's in preview because the engine, as you know, it is in beta. So these new systems are in preview because it's subject to change in the future. So if you're coming from Unity, you'll be very familiar with this setup, this workflow, because it's pretty much the same thing. Everything is compartmentalized into one section for each entity, and then you can kind of determine what you need to do from there. Even if you're coming from Unreal, you should have no problem converting because the blueprint system also acts off like a component workflow. So if you look here, we have the entity inspector down here, and then you have the entity outliner. Now the outliner is going to show you all of your components in the world lined up or listed here, and then from there you're going to have the name of the component, and then you're going to have the components that are linked to that component. Like, I'll show you that. So these are your components over here on the right. If you look at the palette, these are all your components. Now just looking at this makes me smile because it lets you know that you can add a lot of stuff. So you have like navigation, behavior trees, you have audio listeners, you have tags, you have spawners, you have cameras, you have static mesh, skeletal mesh, or skin mesh rather, Lua script, and the list goes on. And they're probably going to be adding to this list by the time it's out of preview. So what you do is, let's create one. So you can create a component entity in two ways. You can right click and create a new component entity, just clicking in the world, or right clicking in the world, sorry. Or you can actually right click in the outliner. So let's create that, and then it pops up here. So we can add now you can drag and drop here, which is why I put them on separate sides of the window. So you can drag and drop, because if I had it toggled or tabbed, then it wouldn't be able to be useful in that manner. So you can do it two ways. You can drag and drop, or you can go into the inspector, and then while it's highlighted, you can just go to add component and add it from here. So you have different workflows, whatever best works for you. So I'm going to drag and drop. I'm going to actually go keep it on the inspector, and I'm going to drag a static mesh, drag it on there. Let's just try to pick something simple. We're actually inside of objects folder, inside of default, and I'm going to pick cylinder, I guess. Pick cylinder. So now we have this cylinder, and we can add to the component to this. Sorry, the navigation controls are really weird sometimes for me. I'm so used to doing Modo and then Unreal and then Unity. So yeah, so this is our cylinder. This is our first component. Now if I go back to the outliner, you'll see the entity name, which I haven't changed, so it's defaulted, and then it tells me the components that I have attached. So you can match up the components with the icons over here, or the more you use it, the more you'll get used to which icons those are. So that's a static mesh, and that's a transform. So, and then you have information for slices, which are a type of prefab that we will actually get into in another tutorial. But I wanted to show you guys the component entity system because it's what's based off the next tutorial, which is our first Lua script. And for every subsequent tutorial, is going to use this system because it's a new way that Amazon wants us to use it, and it's a great system when you use it the right way. Now the way I would use it in a projection type setting is it would be I would actually remove the static mesh. We would have our entity, and let's call it player, and then on the outliner I would right click on player and create a child, and then this right here, entity 2, will be my camera. And then I would actually grab a camera and I would drag it here, and I will configure that. And then from I'll go back to player and make another child, and this will be my my character. So it'll be my main character. And then this would have my static mesh. It would have my mesh collider, or whatever collider you're going to use, depending on your player. It would have my ragdoll. It would have my mannequin for my animations, and all that stuff. So, and then you would have another component if you wanted to add a particle system that you can enable through Lua script or flow graph or things of that nature. So this is the kind of outline or hierarchy that I would follow for all of my components. That way I can have a much greater control over it. And then it'd be, you know, that's my component entity right there for my player. And then you would have different ones for a house, and that house would have a door, and it would have a script on that door to open. So we're gonna definitely be digging into how to use this better and how to construct it using Lua, using FlowGraph. Though since GDC dropped, I'm gonna do some FlowGraph stuff for like character movement, but I'm not gonna harp on it too much because we should be expecting the new visual scripting system. If not this next update, the update after that. I'm speculating because we haven't had anything confirmed, but I'm assuming that's when it would drop because they showed it off in GDC, so they want to get it out to the public as fast as possible because all those people at GDC are excited, so they don't want to really prolong, you know, to like the middle of the year or end of the year. That'd just be kind of a waste. But I hope you guys enjoyed this short tutorial on the component entity system. The next tutorial will be using our first Lua script, so it'll actually be based off using this system. So I wanted to get this one out there first. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. It greatly helps the channel. If you have any questions or comments, do not forget to leave it down below in the comments. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Always remember, keep developing.